So your tractor broke down in the middle of a big project. The repairs are taking forever. What is going on? That's what we're talking about today. This is video number 3 in a series I like to call This Tractor Sucks. Catchy title, I know. I came up with it. Didn't even have to pay a consultant. So today I'm going to talk about 3 things that are causing huge slowdowns in the tractor industry, but in the equipment industry in general. Just so we can clear the air, my background is I sell tractors. I also write service. I also sell parts. So I can kind of peel back the curtain here a little bit and just talk about what is going on the dealer's end or the repair facility's end that might be affecting your ability to get your repair done quickly. So let's just jump into the driver's seat and get into it. Just want to take a second and thank today's sponsor. Digging a ditch in like 100-degree weather. Don't bother with college kids. Just dig ditches. It's really fun. So one of the biggest things we're seeing in the tractor industry, the equipment industry, and industries as a whole is kind of a brain drain that's happened and just a lack of hands to do the work. There's a number of things that go into this, but there's not enough people to do the jobs that need to be done, especially not enough skilled laborers. If we're talking about mechanics who can work on excavators or tractors or whatever, it's hard to find these people. There was a whole generation of people who were really dissuaded from getting into the trades. That was my generation. I guess I'm like an older millennial, right after Gen X. I was told again and again and again, don't work with your hands. It doesn't pay. Do something else. And it was bad advice. And we missed a whole generation from what I can see of people who know how to do stuff. And the guys who do know how to do it, the older guys, they've all kind of gotten out of the business. You know, COVID kind of convinced a lot of people, you know what, it's time to retire. And so a lot of the very skilled people who know how to diagnose machines and know how to work on them are gone. So diagnoses are taking longer because the people doing the work just aren't as experienced. They don't really know what they're doing. In addition, the people working in the dealerships or in the repair facilities who don't do the repairs are also in short supply. You know, we're always shorthanded with people who know how to look up parts. Just people who even know what a lawnmower is or even know what a tractor is. It's very odd. You know, we've had a big brain drain again in the industry. Costs are rising, margins are falling, so there's fewer and fewer people we can even afford to hire to do the work that needs to be done, and very few experienced people in the industry. So it's causing a lot of slowdowns for repairs. Now, to go along with that, machines are more complicated than ever. There are so many complex systems in tractors that diagnosing problems and fixing them has become harder and harder and harder to do. Oftentimes, we've got to get on the tech line to find out what's this widget or gadget or gadget doing? What's the computer telling me here? What's this scan tool really telling me to do? What's this code really mean? In the old days, a guy could kind of listen to an engine and go, something's out of balance, or I hear a lifter tick, or this or that. You can't really do that with modern machines anymore. With some stuff you can. If you see a leaking seal, sure, we'll replace that seal. But when we get deeper into these machines, they are so complex now, they're so difficult to repair that it just slows down the repair process. And we talked about brain drain again. Even at the manufacturers of these tractors, getting a hold of somebody who knows what they're talking about and knows what they're doing can be very difficult. It's like the engineering has taken off in leaps and bounds, and they made some really great improvements on machines, but we haven't caught up with our knowledge yet. There's not a lot of that tribal knowledge where we just know, oh, if you're experiencing A, it's usually B. Things are changing so fast that A is a completely new and novel problem. So with the machines getting so complex, it has become A, more difficult to repair them because there's more steps to repair them. There's more technical knowledge needed, so there might be fewer people who know how to solve the problem. And sometimes there's not very good instructions for how to fix the problem because every problem's a new problem. So that's something we're seeing. The complexity of machines is really slowing down the repair process. Now, one of the most frustrating problems of all when repairing a machine is getting parts. That's the third biggest bottleneck in the industry, and it actually might be the first. And here's what I mean. Parts are in short supply. This is in the auto industry, the equipment industry, everywhere. Ever since, once again, COVID, if we're going to beat that horse, parts have been in short supply. Companies that made parts went out of business completely and left no diagrams behind for how to make the parts. I've seen that happen. The manufacturers just ran out of stock on a lot of parts and haven't been able to build up big back stocks of parts. There's just a lot of things affecting the parts industry right now, including freight costs. Freight costs have gone up so much that now we're seeing manufacturers wait to ship large amounts of products until they have huge amounts of products to kind of drive down their freight costs. And dealers and repair facilities as well are waiting to order parts until they have a large parts order, which drives down their overall cost. And we'll get to how you can use that knowledge to your advantage. But what we're seeing is because of the high freight costs and high parts costs, everybody's waiting to order stuff until they have a very big order to get to them. And it can really set you back. In addition to that, stuff like a tractor or an excavator or a bulldozer, you may only have one parts source. Whereas you're getting a car fixed, you can go down to Shucks Auto Supply, I think they're gone now, or O'Reilly or whatever, and grab the part you need for your machine. On a tractor or a bigger piece of equipment, that's not the case. You have probably one, maybe two sources to go to. You have to buy from the OEM in most cases. So if the OEM's out of the part or the part's a week away, you're just waiting. Now, when we combine that with the fact that there's fewer people to do the work, fewer people to do the diagnosis, you might be waiting a while for a diagnosis to happen. Then the parts get ordered, and that adds on to the time. That's why things are taking so long. It takes a long time to diagnose for a lack of people, and a long time to get the parts because of freight costs and shipping restrictions and stuff like that. Let's go into the solutions, though. What can we do to speed up the repair process? But I'm going to cover that in the next video because this video has gone on long enough. So the next video is going to be, what can you do to speed up that process? What can you do to speed up the repair process, to get things going with the dealer, to get through to the dealer, to fix things? What 5 or 6 or 7 things can you do to speed this process up when you kind of got ghosted on your repair? There will be no magic words. There's no magic wand you can wave to get this process to go faster, but there's things you could do to make things go a little bit quicker. That's what's in the next video. I will try to link it here, or you can just subscribe, and then that video will appear on your feed, I hope. I don't really know how YouTube works, but I would hope that YouTube works that way. So, thanks for watching. Hope this has been helpful. If it wasn't, feel free to tell me in the comments how unhelpful I am. All right, we'll see you on the next one.